Welcome to my channel Class Winner by Shri Shyam Books, All India number 1 skill books publisher. Alright, today we are pulling back the curtain on food costing. This is the hidden science that pretty much dictates every single price you see on a restaurant menu. It's the make or break difference between a business that thrives and one that has to shut its doors. Think about it. You glance at a menu, you see the price for a burger, and you think, okay, seems about right, or maybe, whoa, that's a bit steep. But have you ever really thought about what goes into that number? Because I'll tell you, it's way more than just the ingredients. Every single price, from the appetizer all the way to the dessert, is a super carefully calculated number. It tells a story. A story about the raw ingredients, about the people who cooked your meal, about the lights overhead, and really, about whether that restaurant can even survive. So, here's what we are gonna do. We'll start with that price on the menu. Then, we'll get into what food costing actually is. We'll uncover the 3 key costs hidden in every dish, see how the math works in the real world, and finally, we'll talk about why knowing all this makes you a much smarter customer. Ready? Let's get into it. Okay, first things first. That price you see? It is not just pulled out of thin air. It's the final result of a really crucial business process, one that's all about balancing making a profit with giving you, the customer, fair value for your money. So, what do we call this whole process? Well, it's called food costing. And honestly, you can think of it as the restaurant's secret playbook for staying in business. At its heart, food costing is just the method used to figure out the exact cost to produce one item on the menu. It's not a guess. It's not an estimate. It's a detailed breakdown that is literally the backbone of the entire operation. And why bother with all this? Because it's everything. Seriously. Good food costing lets a restaurant see which dishes actually make money. It helps them set prices that are fair, but also sustainable. It lets them find ways to save money, cut down on food waste, and just generally make smarter, data-driven decisions about what they should even put on the menu. So, what costs are we even talking about here? The total cost of any dish really boils down to 3 main things. You can think of them as the secret ingredients that you don't actually see on the plate. The first one's the most obvious one, right? It's the material cost. This is basically the cost of all the physical stuff that ends up in your food. Now, this cost isn't just about the direct ingredients. You know, the chicken, the spices, the veggies. It also includes what we call indirect materials. Things like the cleaning supplies for the kitchen, or even the oil for the fryer. It all has to be counted. Okay, number 2 on our list is labor cost. This is what it costs for all the people who help make your meal happen. And again, this gets broken down into 2 types. You've got direct labor. That's the chefs and cooks who are literally chopping and cooking your dish. But then there's also indirect labor. The kitchen supervisors, maybe a security guard, the maintenance crew who keeps all the equipment working. Their salaries are part of that cost too. And finally, we get to the third and probably the most invisible cost of all, overhead. These are all the expenses needed just to keep the lights on and the doors open. Yeah, these are the costs that aren't tied to any one dish, but they're absolutely essential. We are talking about the rent for the building, the electricity, water and gas bills, insurance, office supplies, and even the money they spent on that ad you saw online that got you to come in. Okay, so we know the 3 types of costs, but how does a restaurant actually figure all this stuff out? Let's walk through a quick example to see how they calculate their food costs. The formula itself is actually pretty simple. You start with the value of all the ingredients you have on hand at the beginning of, say, a month. That's your opening stock. Then you add everything new that you bought during that month. From that, you subtract whatever you have left at the end, your closing stock. And finally, you take out the cost of any food that staff ate or that was given away for free. So let's run the numbers. In this example, the restaurant started with 1,500 rupees worth of stock. They bought 13,000 more, which brings the total to 14,500. At the end of the period, they had 1,000 left, and another 1,200 was used for staff meals and comms. You subtract those two, and there it is, a total food cost of 12,300 rupees. Now, knowing that raw number is good, but the real key metric for any restaurant is the food cost percentage. This tells them exactly how much of their revenue is going right back out the door for ingredients. And the formula for that is simple too. You just take your total food cost, divide it by your total sales for that same period, and then multiply by 100. Believe me, this is a number that restaurant managers watch like a hawk. So, using the numbers from our example, we had a food cost of 12,300 and total sales of 60,000. Do the math, and we land at a food cost percentage of 25.5%. So what does that mean? It means for every dollar that came in the door, about 20.5 cents went directly to buying ingredients. And just to give you some perspective, the source material also ran the numbers for which came out to 10.2%. So in this case, the ingredients actually cost about twice as much as paying the people to cook them. And that balances what managers are constantly trying to get right. Okay, so after all that math and all that theory, why should you as a customer even care about any of this? Well, because understanding the basics of food costing completely changes how you look at a menu. It really helps you appreciate the incredible puzzle that is running a restaurant. You start to see not just a price, but this delicate balancing act between food, labor, and all those overheads. You start to recognize the real value in a dish that's made well and priced fairly. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you sit down at a restaurant and open that menu, just take a second, look past the names of the dishes. What story are those prices really telling you about the food, the people, and the place you're sitting in?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.